next guest is a talented comedian whose critically acclaimed new memoir will be in stores Wednesday. Please welcome the very funny Moshe Kasher.
Hi, everybody. Hi. I do have a new memoir coming out. It's the story of my troubled childhood. It's called Kasher in the Rye. That really is the title. I grew up in kind of a weird... I'll tell you something about that troubled childhood. I grew up in kind of a weird household. I was raised in a deaf household. My parents were super into hip-hop. There are sort of weird consequences to having deaf parents. Both my parents are truly deaf. Like growing up, my mother would need to call me on the telephone, but she couldn't use a regular phone. So what she would have to do was type a message on a computer. That message would go to an operator. The operator would then call me, and that's whose voice I would hear on the telephone, which made for some awkward conversations. Like, ring, hello?
Hello, my son.
God?
No, it's your mama calling. How are you, my beautiful boy?
Mom, are you a black dude? And she was. My mom was a black dude. Which is weird. Weird for me. Weirder for my dad when he found out. He was very upset. I don't know if it was because of that or because my father was deaf or because we were a Jewish family, but I do have fond memories of when my father would force my brother and I to pretend that we were also deaf in order to get the deaf discount at the movie theater. Thank you, Father. Are you guys familiar with the deaf discount? No? No, that's because it's not real. It doesn't exist. It's something from the Jewish parts of my father's psyche and the deaf parts of my father's psyche combining together to ruin my life. Every time we go to the movies, same thing. All right, kids, look deaf. How? How does one look deaf? I tried. I would try looking like I'd missed something in conversation, like, what? Around Thanksgiving time, I put a cornucopia in my ear. Terrible times. I also went to rehab 3 times by the time I was 15 years old. Intense. I stopped smoking pot when I was 15, which is not a popular position here in California. We recently tried to legalize marijuana completely, but it did not pass because the Xbox doesn't have a vote here function. By the way, I'm not anti-marijuana. Just to clarify, I'm not. I think everybody should smoke pot and we should all fail to thrive as a community. I'm on board. But we do have medical marijuana, which I voted for. I support it. I think it's a great thing. But I do feel like the clinics at a certain point stop pretending to be medical clinics and not just awesome places to get high with your buddies, you know? Like they'll have like a green cross kind of calling back to the era where they were still pretending, but then right next to it, an old school Beastie Boys graffiti font. It's like, get your frickin' smoke on, dog. This is a weird hospital. There's a lady here in LA, she's called the 420 doctor. She's one of these sort of quack doctors that any ailment you go to her with, she'll give you a card no matter what's the problem. Like, I feel like smoking weed. It's like, you're a perfect candidate. That sort of pales in comparison to her motto, which is the 420 doctor, trusted and experienced for over 3 years. That is so few years! That is like 2 more years in the smallest available amount of years. That's a math joke, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys very much.